これ言っていいのかなニガ。
差別用語ですよね。ニガ。
これ言っていいのかなニガ。
差別用語ですよね。ニガ。黒人ね。
よく知ってるんですね。どこから聞いたんですか？
TikTok でなんかニガ。ニガ。
機会があれば黒人男性と付き合ってみたいと思いますか？
どうやろう。でもめっちゃいい人やったら。
If he was a really good person. If he was a really good person. Oh my god. These so fucked up society views, like, oh my god, bro.
機会があれば黒人女性と付き合ってみたいと思いますか？
アグレッシブですもんね。
アグレッシブやな。
イメージアグレッシブ。
Like, where did they get that from, bro? Like,
アグレッシブでお尻でっかい。
oh.
Yo, we gotta talk about this. Yo, we have to talk about this. You know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Terrence Reynolds. I'm a black man living in Japan for about 10 years now. I reside in the city of Tokyo. And this video reminds me so much of the experiences that I've faced, the passive aggression and sometimes the outright racism that you feel.
Passive aggression. And honestly, bro, like I get the same thing. But, like, you have to look, bro. But what it is weakness. That's what it is, bro. Like I said, like for me, like I don't care. I'll lay everything out on the table. I'll show you everything. I'll let all my cards out. I'll let you see everything. Like me, I don't care. I don't care. But that's weakness. That's literal weakness.
From Japanese people who claim that they love black culture. Now, I want to give a caveat before I begin this video. I do not think that this video is an indictment on all Japanese people. Japanese people are individuals just like us in our own home countries, but this is an indictment to people like him, this YouTuber. I believe his name is Interviewee Japan.
It's not even like Japanese people either. Like what I notice is that what it is, it's envy, you know. It's envy. It's honestly, it's nasty, bro. It's nasty.
Sure of his name. This guy, he claims that he has a YouTube channel in which he interviews Japanese people to help foreigners understand Japanese by allowing them to practice their listening skills, I guess with the hopes of them listening to the N-word. Like, what was the point of this video, my guy? Like seriously, what did you expect to achieve? For you to ask people these questions implies that you know exactly what
motherfucker. Yo, this guy's weird as fuck, yo.
You're doing, and you're influencing these people where they're willing.
Would you date whoa, fam? Would you date an enormous black guy? Bro, that is like sus, bro. That is bro, it's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting, bro.
Willing participants or willing fools or not into saying this word without truly understanding the social ramifications of it. On top of that, here's this clip of him giving all of these interviewees watermelon.
もらってください。美味しいんで。スイカグミ。
Watermelon gummies? What the fuck?
もらってください。このスイカバーをもらってください。グミ。
So yes, at the end of the video, he gave every single person who participated in this interview some watermelon. And after a while,
but that's the most stereotypical joke for Japan, like black people eat watermelons.
This video, it reminds me of this question I've been asking myself since I saw it, which is, what does it feel like to be black in a country that consumes your culture but is indifferent to who you are as a person? Before we can possibly understand the answer to this question, we have to understand the context of consumerism and how Japanese people consume black culture.
まずは黒人に対してどういうイメージを持っていますか？
スポーツがすごい上手でかっこいい。
性格はなんか若干野生的なワイルド。
力が強い、体が大きい、パワーがある、背がでかいとか。
ノリがいい、体のリズム感覚とかも。
See, so I'm not gonna lie, some of these things are true. Like I could understand that because like even for myself, like sometimes I might think that I come off a little bit like soft, but bro, like to the outer everybody else, they think that like I'm coming off so hard, but I'm trying to like not really like do that. like so I could understand some of it.
いいイメージです。
僕も運動神経がいいっていうイメージが結構あって。
音楽的なセンスがあるとか、そういう芸術的なセンス。
So when Japanese people learn about black culture, they mostly learn about blackness through hip-hop videos, NBA broadcasts, American movies, as well as American advertising, which are all filtered depictions, curated, commercialized, and ultimately designed to sell you something. When hip-hop, just like other mediums of black culture, arrive in Japan, something gets lost in translation. It's the encoding, it's the pain, it's the community. It's largely stripped away and it's replaced with this aesthetic that these people adopt, this stripped down version of what this culture truly means to its people, as well as the context. And then it gets filtered through this Japanese lens of what they perceive black people and black culture to be. And this filtering causes real harm to black people just like me who moved to Japan and have to experience this, but it also has a real impact on the real half black and black Japanese citizens that live here.
My mom is Japanese.
I mean, but like what can you really do about it? That's just what the world we live in. They push these ideologies on purpose, not for. But you have to understand, like, you know, they really fear like a intelligent, strong black, like, you know what I mean, an intelligent, strong black man. That's their biggest fear. So why wouldn't they throw wrenches? Why wouldn't they throw wrenches, you know?
My dad is from the States.
And you went to school in Japan too, right? Because they can be strict, like no nail polish, no this, no that. Everyone needs to look like this.
Everyone needs to look like this was my issue. Because everybody don't look the same. First year in high school, the science teacher came up to me in the hallway. After the bell rang and everybody else was in the hallway. So like, you trying to humiliate me, that's not gonna happen. He told me to put my hair up because my hair looked like it was done. Like it had been done, but like, I think you're missing something, sir. Like, I'm like.
So this reminds you of this kid. I believe this story happened about what? I think 3 years ago. He was a half black kid, half black, half Japanese kid, living in Hyogo, preparing for his high school graduation. And for those of you who don't know, Hyogo is a prefecture or a city. I'm not exactly sure, but it sits somewhere between Osaka, Kobe, and Kyoto, for those of you who are curious on where it falls on the map. But anyways, this half black, half Japanese kid had to participate in a segregated graduation. Yes, in the year 2022, I believe. And basically what happened is this. He felt...
And that's the type of that's actual racism, and that's the type of racism you see in Asia. Like they do like weird stuff like that. That's just weird. There's weird and there's no explanation to it. Like, you know, that's how those Asian people do racism. Like there's no explanation to it. It just doesn't even make any sense. Like, why? What's the point of that? Like he grew up in literally his whole life. It's like, you know, like I don't get it. Like like racism makes no sense. It literally makes zero sense. Why would you cut yourself so short? Like, you know, and not experiencing like a whole type, bro. I don't understand.
He's graduating, and this is a special moment to him, just like all of us, that, hey, I want to do something to commemorate this moment. He decided to research traditional black hairstyles, and as a way to honor his father and represent for a part of his culture, he decided to show up to the graduation in cornrows. His parents, they expected the school to be accepting of this new hairstyle. When he got to school on the day of his graduation, they refused him. They turned him down. They told him, look, little man, you can't come here with a trendy hairstyle like this and expect to walk across this stage. Like, for real? This kid was rejected from his own graduation, was forced home, and then had to participate in a separate graduation where he was unable to make core memories with his friends and other peers at the school because the Japanese institution did not understand.
Honestly, I think he'll be okay. He probably experiences this all the time.
What it meant to be a black kid, or at least a half black kid. They assumed that his cultural roots, this hairstyle, is just some sort of product that they see in these other Japanese kids who decide to get cornrows and twists and wear a do-rag and act like they're black. And this reminds me of an experience I had participating in the Japanese hip-hop culture here. Now, I don't really actively participate in the Japanese hip-hop culture as much as I used to. I used to go to a lot of shows, but I'm reminded of the show that I went to. I believe it was like 5 years ago. It was during COVID. Some crazy times. It was a national Jap.
But I just have to say, bro, like, it's just okay. It's just okay for them to act like that, but it's not okay for us. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for us. We have to be the contrast. We have to act all, you know what I'm saying? We have to be the contrast, because we come off like too much. That's it. We're just too much. That's it. You know, like.
Rap battle, yes, a big one, a one that took place in an arena, and it had all the acts who were battling out to be the #1 battle rapper here in Japan. And it was like all sorts of names. I couldn't pronounce them or remember them to save my life at this point, but there was one that stuck out, one brave soul who decided to wake up today and name himself, and I guess it wasn't just that day because he lives by it. His name is, I quote, MC Niggly. Bro, come on, MC Niggly, like what are you doing? Like, am I tripping? Should I like pull out a Japanese dictionary? Is that like some sort of like word? Am I mistaken? That's some sort of like food that I'm not aware of? Because if anything, bro, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. It's at best, it's a double entendre, and it's a wink to what you're attempting to do. But you mix that with the fact that when you got to this arena, me and my other black friend, I mean, dog, I'm a software engineer. I'm fresh off of work. I'm showing up in Uniqlo, a button up, probably a sweater and some slacks. And then all around me are a bunch of Japanese guys dressed up in like tall tees, baggy pants, some dressing like they.
Yo, can you imagine though? Like, like, bro, like, could you imagine though? Like,
West Coast rappers, others dressing like they're in 90s New York. They got on bandanas, dog. They got on like do-rags and shit. They crip walking. They throwing up gang signs. And me and
you get a girl straight from the homeland.
My black friend, we're just sitting here watching this and we're like, hey, yo, what the fuck? And of course, there's always that Japanese guy who sees us. He winks at us. He looks at us because what he really wants is validation.
Yeah, I don't know you,
but I'm still your nigga, believe me.
We're just looking at this like, I'm looking at my man's like, bro, why'd you bring me here? Why'd you bring me here? Because he's a rapper, and I'm like, why are we here? So we watched this whole theater performance, because I don't know how else to call it, because after the show was over, these guys get off the stage and they go to their booths, because obviously they're selling merchandise to support themselves. And okay, you know, I respect the hustle, but then you get to some of the booths and they're Japanese wives.
Bro, this is the most boringest story ever. I'm sorry.
Are like dressed up as the most traditional Japanese woman. Some of them are holding their child. Others have their babies in the stroller. And I just can't help but to think when the wife finally sees the husband after the performance being like, oh, you did so good, insert Japanese word for husband, but you know, when you're done with this theater performance and when you come home, make sure you take off that costume, because you have an interview tomorrow, you have to put on your suit. Like, what happens to that, man? Like, I thought hip-hop was designed around authenticity. Why does it feel like you're putting on a costume? Why do you need a do-rag? Like, I wear a do-rag because I know my purposes for wearing one, but why are you wearing one? You trying to get waves, bro? Is there some sort of like Japanese wave secret that I'm not aware of? It blew my mind to see my culture basically mocked, and like true.
Is it mocked? I don't know, bro. I think you're thinking too hard about it. I don't think it's being mocked. Like, I just let them rock with the do-rag and the grills, bro. Who gives a fuck? Why would you even want that to be your culture, fam? That's ghetto, bro.
Fully separated from the original core context of what this culture represents. For those of you who don't know, like hip hop culture were birthed in the 70s when they removed the musical programs from black schools, and the black kids of that generation didn't have access to the instruments that allowed their parents to make jazz music, rock music. So they had to rely on these vinyl samples, to these vinyl records, and sample them and make this new form of music that's been exported and globalized all across the world through scarcity and ingenuity. These kids were incredibly innovative, and it started off from a sense of poverty and restriction and classism that happened in America. And you mix that with the fact that, at least for me, when I listen to hip hop music, it's more than just like, oh, this rapper sounds cool. Like, these rappers, hip hop spoke to me as a kid. It helped raise me. It gave me values and insights that represented me, that spoke to the plights that I was going through. Hell, even the clothes that these guys wear, and they show off like costumes, as some of these Japanese guys crip walk in front of me for validation. I wore those clothes to fit in. In my neighborhood, you had to wear certain clothes like that. If you didn't wear certain clothes like that, you would stand out. You would get branded a Poindexter, and you will become a target. You would get robbed. And it blows my mind these guys are able just to rock this stuff, and especially throw up gang signs that got a lot of black kids killed for throwing those things up. When they threw those gang signs up, it came with real consequences. And it got me thinking, man, why is black trauma so marketable but not black excellence? Even earlier in this interviewer's video, like he gave these interviewees watermelon like it's.
I mean, you just said it. You said that's your culture, right? I mean, like, sure, you could say that's part of your culture, but also, like you said, there is a culture of black people that came up from nothing and are very excellent at what they do. Successful people. That's also a culture, like yourself, a software engineer. But I wouldn't say hip hop is like hip hop as a music genre. Yeah, sure, you could say it's a culture, but like we originated it. But whatever happens after that, like it doesn't matter, because we are the original originators. So, like, honestly, how I see it, I don't find it mocking. I just find it them, whatever, doing the act, like wearing a costume, like you said. That's all they're doing while they sing and rap, whatever the fuck they're fucking rapping.
Sort of joke, because he doesn't understand that in the 1800s, after slavery, watermelon was the first crop that black people had access to. These slaves.
Yeah, that dude, that interviewer is fried. There's something wrong with him, bro. With the watermelon, bro. Like, bro, that's not. Nah, bro.
Who were unable to read, restricted, beaten, stripped down to they were subhuman, 3/5 of humans, came up with an innovative idea. They were entrepreneurs. They took that watermelon crop and they turned that as a symbol of black self-sufficiency and their opportunity for freedom. And then the white newspapers at the time, they didn't like that ingenuity that black farmers had, and they rebranded it. They made it seem like black people were lazy, black people were ignorant and stupid for enjoying watermelon. And now we fast forward, we're in Japan in 2026, and this silly, goofy interviewer is trying to make a joke out of it. And it got me thinking again, what does it feel like to live in a culture, that a country that consumes your culture but is indifferent to who you are as a person? I mean, really think about that if you're a Japanese person watching this video, or even if you're a white person watching this video. I'm not saying that, hey, if you like black culture, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be careful. Yo, it's cool to admire it, man. I admire other cultures as well. I think that's what makes the world a beautiful place. We have to separate consumption of the culture with the true parts of the culture. And ultimately, for anything, we have to have respect for the people that create it. If you don't have that, you should not be consuming it. And I do not rock with anyone that play games like this. So this is my advice to Japanese people out there. I gotta be honest, some of the more authentic relationships I ever had with a Japanese person is somebody who could not name you a single Kendrick Lamar song. I think the reason why is because they're not seeing me through this cultural lens that they established, this filtering, this projection that makes me no longer a person, but a fantasy in their head. Instead, they see me as a individual who's American, who happens to be black, and they want to understand.
I mean, that's your perspective, right? But that could be for anywhere. Like, I think some of that might be true. Like the ones who indulge in hip hop or whatever, maybe they wouldn't really see you like in the greatest light. Like even then they copy those things, but in their own culture way. So I could see that being true.
Not prescribe these ideas that they already established inside of their mind. And I find myself having real relationships with those people. So if you're a Japanese person, or even like a white person, anybody else who like hip hop culture, I'm not saying don't dress in streetwear, but understand the difference between consumerism and culture. I'm not saying you can't walk up to a black dude and you think that he likes hip hop, because there's a certain swagger about anybody who likes hip hop. Feel free to walk up to that person and express your interest if it's like organic and natural, but just don't stop there. Just don't pigeonhole them to that idea, because man, like I had Japanese people who walk up to me on the street. First they started talking to me about Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti and Cardi B, and then they're asking me about drugs and the different drugs that they do. Like, bro, why me? Like, why are you talking to me out of all people about this? All people in this circle, you're coming to me to talk about this? I wonder why. And to my black people who are interested in Japan, maybe,
well, they're trying to relate to you. That's the thing. They're trying to relate.
You have aspirations of coming here. Please be careful. Know the difference between when someone is trying to make a real, genuine connection with you.
Well, this doesn't have to be Japan. This could be for like a lot of Asian countries. Like, you know, they all do kind of like similar things, I'd say. Like, especially with the drugs part. That's very interesting that you said that.
Have a sincere friendship, or just trying to use you as an accessory, as a token of their fantasies. You have to be able to separate the difference, because there are going to be tons of people who are going to try you like that. I've lost count of how many people who tried me like that, and you have to understand the difference. I know when we watch these videos and we see Japanese people breakdancing, rapping and stuff, we assume, hey, they love black people. And I'm sure a lot of Japanese people do, and it comes from a good place. But you have to separate the consumerism from a genuine love and
right, the consumerism versus the person, and then their own biases.
Understanding and a deep appreciation of what our culture is, because your presence has power, and you have to learn to be selective about who you choose to spend your time with. You see, I got a lot of flack in one of my videos.
Right, but this is like an individual thing as well, so everything you said doesn't really matter, you know?
So I had this video titled Why I Never Learned Japanese. And in the video I discussed about me only hanging out with people who understand me, and the internet interpreted that as me living inside of a bubble, because I said these days I don't really hang out with too many Japanese people. Most of my friends are foreigners, yada yada yada. You can watch the full video later. But in the video, what I was simply getting at, as a 31-year-old man, I don't want to spend time trying to hang out with people who don't understand me, but rather undermine my self-image. I've been here for 10 years. I've been through that novel experience. What I look like hanging out with another Japanese person who likes hip hop just because he likes hip hop? Like, bro, like, is there a deeper reason for us to have a friendship or relationship from here? As I wrap up this video, yo, shame on you, dude. If you see this video, me reacting to this video, use this as a teachable moment. Delete the video, do better, learn from this. I'm not trying to attack you, but man, dude, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment.
Hey, bro, I don't know. Yeah, man, I had enough of this. I had enough of this. Let's see, what is this?
One take. That means that there are occasions where I forget to cover a crucial point, and this is one of them. So after recording this video, I did research. I wanted to figure out who exactly this guy is, and it appears that his name is Jack, and he doesn't appear to be Japanese either, based off his accent as well as his avatar that he goes by on the internet. Now, I can't be 100% sure, but I think it's important to highlight the dynamic that this video and my video establishes. That means that there's a white presenting guy on the internet who lives in Japan, who nudges and influences Japanese people to say and do racist things on camera. Now,
he put colonizer cam, bro. There's nothing about what he does is colonizing, bro. This guy's just a fucking piece of shit. Like, you know, like, why would he be saying these things, fam? Like, you know, like, this guy, I don't know, bro. This is weird. And that enormous question was so Diddy, fam, bruh. I mean, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game, brother. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. I had enough of this, man. Fuck.